Kia ora, and welcome to this video introducing key functions of the Environmental Map Viewer, including how to navigate around the map and how to find out more information about data shown on the map. Each time you open the Environmental Map Viewer website, you'll be presented with this Conditions and Terms of Use screen. If you agree to the conditions and terms of use, check the box at the bottom of the window and click OK. In the main Environmental Map Viewer window, we have a main Natural Hazards tab at the top of the screen. Natural Hazards is currently the only collection of map data available on the Environmental Map Viewer, but more collections of data will be coming in the future. Under the Natural Hazards tab, we have sub-tabs for groups of natural hazards data to make it easy to find the map data you might be interested in. On the right, we also have an All Hazards tab, which is a collection of all the natural hazards data available on the site so that you can make a custom map view with any combination of natural hazards data that you're interested in. Let's look at how to move around the map. With the mouse, you can click and drag to pan around the map. If you've clicked on the map, you can also use the arrow keys on your keyboard to move around the map. You can use the scroll wheel on your mouse to zoom in or out of the map view. You can also use these plus and minus buttons in the top left of the screen to zoom in and out of the map. There's a search box on the top left of the screen that allows you to search for an address to go directly there. And finally, there's this bookmarks button where you've got a range of location bookmarks that you can click to go directly to that location. On the right of the map window are buttons to access the legend, the map layers, and there's also a base map gallery where we can change the base map available on the main map window. The legend shows the legend or the key for the currently visible map layers, and if you turn a layer off on the map layers button, it also disappears from the map legend. The Map Layers button gives you the option to turn on or off the different map layers that are available on each tab or collection of hazards data. So for the coastal hazards collection, we've got some coastal structures, some digital shoreline analysis, some historic shorelines, and some sea level rise bathtub modelling layers. And we can use the checkboxes to turn these on or off. Some layers can also be expanded to change the different sets of data that's available. For example, for the sea level rise bathtub modelling, we can choose between different sea level rise scenarios. We can also use the base map gallery to change the base map that underlies the map window. We've got a choice between New Zealand aerial photo imagery, which is currently visible in the map window, or a topographic map. For layers shown in the map window, if you click on a feature, you'll get a pop-up that provides more information about the layer and the feature that you've clicked on. For example, by clicking on this green shaded area in the center of the map, we get a pop-up that tells us what we've clicked on. Here we've clicked on the sea level rise bathtub modelling, the 1 metre sea level rise scenario. Often, if we scroll to the end of the pop-up information, there'll be a link to the main TDC website and any reports that relate to the map layer that you've clicked on. Sometimes, because there are multiple overlapping layers on the map, when you click on the map, you'll click on more than one layer. You'll see this in the pop-up window down the bottom where it will tell you how many layers you might have clicked on. In this case, we've clicked on 2 layers. You can use these navigation arrows in the bottom left corner of the pop-up window to navigate between the different layers that you've clicked on. The final feature to show you is the Flood Model Filter tool, which can help with viewing different outputs for the flood models that are available on the Rivers and Rainfall Flooding tab. Let's switch to the Rivers and Rainfall Flooding tab, and then we'll pan the map across to Takaka because we have some outputs from a recent flood model that we can view in the Environmental Map Viewer. We can see on the legend that we've got some flood models and some historic flood patterns visible on the map. If I click on the map layers, I can turn the historic flood patterns off to clean the map up and make it a bit easier to see the flood model data. Let's use the flood model filter tool to pick which flood model we want to look at. If you click on the flood model filter tool, you can choose a location for a flood model to look at. In this case, we're going to look at Takaka. The next step is to choose an available flood scenario. Different models in different parts of the district have different scenarios available. For Takaka, there's a 100-year ARI scenario, also known as a 1 in 100-year flood event. There's also a 50-year ARI, also known as a 1 in 50-year flood event. Let's look at the 1 in 50-year flood event. The final step is to choose a scenario description, and different flood model scenarios will have different scenario descriptions. For our 50-year ARI, we can look at current day climate. If we change our flood scenario to a 100-year ARI, we can look at either current day climate or future climate, taking into account the effects of climate change. As with any map layer, if I click on the map, I'll get a wee pop-up that tells me a bit of information about the flood model that I've clicked on. Hopefully this overview of the functions of the Environmental Map Viewer can help you with accessing the natural hazard map layers that are available. If you have any questions about the Map Viewer, please contact the Natural Hazards team at Tasman District Council by emailing naturalhazards@tasman.govt.nz.